It is before dawn on Monday morning, heading back into the office, into New York City, for the first time since before Christmas. I've been working, just haven't been in the office, because last week we were at CES. As we know, CES is loud. It always has been. Big booths, big ideas, bigger promises. But here's what I actually learned this year. After a week of daily recaps and a weekend to let it absorb, most of what happens on stage doesn't matter much. It's polished, it's safe, and it's usually based on work from like 6 months ago. The real signal showed up nowhere near the stages, right? It showed up in hallways, at bars, over bad coffee, over loud conversations at Chandelier Bar. One-on-one conversations were where people drop the script. It's where they admit what wasn't working, where constraints surfaced, where fake certainty disappears. Corporate speak, a lot of what happens on those big stages, on those panels, corporate speak is a defense mechanism. It protects you from being wrong. It also keeps you from making progress. And every real partnership conversation I had started the same way. Less pitching, more listening. So yeah, CES was loud. The signals were a little bit quieter. And here's what those signals said. First, if people aren't sharing something privately, it's not really landing. The most interesting moments are not public. They were in DMs, right? Quiet demos, those side conversations. Private action was the real signal, not applause or impressions. Second, attention is officially the rarest resource in business. Not budget, not data, attention. Anything that looked like an ad, anything that feels like an ad is going to be ignored. Anything that feels human, useful, or native will pull people in immediately. Third, AI isn't going to win by replacing thinking. The smartest teams weren't using AI to generate ideas. They're using it to take good ideas, and spread them across a dozen surfaces. Depth creates leverage. Speed creates learning loops. And then fourth, and I think this surprised a lot of people, community isn't a brand play anymore. It's actually a retention strat. The strongest brands weren't the loudest either. They're the ones building in places and building spaces that people want to come back to. Familiarity, trust, repetition, participation. So that's what I learned at CES. 2026 isn't about more tools, it's about better environments. So stop chasing scale before substance. Design for how ideas actually travel privately, not just publicly. Build places people want to stay, and that'll be the real reset.